Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. Thank you for joining me for today's pick a card. I hope y'all are doing well. So the theme for today's pick a card is transformation. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it open to see what messages come through as far as energies involved in or around transformation within or without of your life, okay? So for pile number 1, we have card 21 with exposed and revealed, as well as the angel aura cluster. For pile 2, we have the card 24 with the message Let It Go, as well as the little citrine chunk. And for pile number 3, we have card number 4 with Great and Full as the message, as well as the Smoky quartz for the crystal. Sorry, that took me a second. As always, choose whichever you feel most resonates with your energy. And if that's more than one pile, I would go ahead and trust that. As always, please use your discernment as well. And when it comes to deciding whether the messages are for you or not, that's only for you to decide, and your intuition will guide you on that, okay? So always trust yourself first and foremost. And any messages that don't feel right, just let them go because they're for somebody else, all right? I'll see you at your piles. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose card 21, exposed and revealed, as well as the angel aura cluster, then you're at the right place. So main things that I'm getting as far as what's transforming, or the main energy of what's transforming, I feel is in regards to not only how you perceive yourself, but in some aspects it's how you are expressing yourself, which is in effect changing how those around you perceive you, okay? So within and without. This card feels very powerful, so that I feel like there are really like strong changes that are being made. Char, my cat, is trying to get to my cute little decorations, which is why I can never have anything nice. Just kidding. She's so rude. She's like the little troll. I'll put the stem this way. All right. So that I feel is what the main thing is, that there's a part of you it feels vulnerable, like a vulnerable part of you that you're beginning to share in some sort of aspect. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is expression, creativity, communication, boundaries that are really, like I said, changing things around you as far as perception, but as well as I think it may actually be shifting things energetically for you. So there's a lot of like powerful impact, and I feel like it stems from something that's changed within your perception of self. Some aspect of you that you've recognized is there and that wants to shine through, and from that little spark, if you will, it's sort of like a ripple effect of things that are beginning to transform within your life. It feels like really good energy. But like I said, there's this like vulnerable aspect to it as well. All right, so what messages does pile number 1 need to hear about these transformations? I kind of want to use these cards because yesterday after I did, or the other day, I don't remember what day it was. After the collective, I used these to do like a little spread for myself. And like, I felt like these cards can be very powerful, but I just underestimate them. We have altar right here with dedication. We have the witch's cottage with security. And then we have the card of fire and passion. So I feel like this is investment in self. I'm just going to like ignore the, the first words and just go down with the main energies at the bottom, which is dedication, security, and passion. I feel like that's what you've been investing in within yourself. There's a lot of like patchwork is sort of what I'm getting. Yeah, because I saw that at first, and then now I'm seeing like with the fire and the passion, like this like welding of like reinforcing jar. Reinforcing, like, I heard barrier, but I get like whatever barrier you've been reinforcing is for protection, right? It's for protecting those inner parts of you that want to shine through but are very vulnerable. And so I feel like whatever patchwork or reinforcing you've been doing within your energy is transforming something for you that feels very stable, anchored, grounded. And perhaps that's something that you didn't have previous, that you had to create for yourself, like the energy of that, right? And maybe that's where the vulnerability is coming from, because I'm getting a strong sense of like inner wounds that were in need of protection, and that protection wasn't necessarily there. And I'm getting emotional just saying the words, so that's why I'm speaking very slowly all of a sudden, so that I just don't start ugly crying. But parts of you that weren't protected, and obviously this could be connected to inner child, but this is going to be like from yesterday, right? It doesn't have to stem all the way into childhood, but really needing to build those aspects of protection, however that apply, because there are so many layers of, you know, what you could put with that energy. But whatever it is that needed to be placed in certain parts of yourself within, and in some cases outside of you, in order to create a protected space that was never there for you before. I feel like you're transforming that for yourself, and very like with full-on dedication. Like I said, like it feels very intentional. It feels very driven. There's a lot of like self-motivation and self-encouragement that was necessary, like to keep pushing, because I feel like probably multiple periods of like feeling almost like wanting to give up or at a loss, or feeling like you weren't really getting to where you wanted to be, or weren't really sure how to approach creating this sort of change for yourself, right? And it's sometimes not feeling like you could succeed at doing that. And maybe even having like aspects outside of your life of like, you know, like continuing to like try to break down the reinforcements that you had begun to build at times. And that's where I feel like that sense of like, I should just give up. Like, this is not worth it. Like, I'll never be able to. Like, that sort of energy, right? But then like that fire within you still wanting to. Charlie moved over there, so I'm going to try to fix it. She's at the window now. But yeah, that fire within you that doesn't let you like let down, like let yourself down. I feel like that's what it is. Like having some realization, like, you know, the only person I'm letting down if I give up at this point is myself, and not wanting to do that. So let's go ahead and see if we have any tarot messages in regards to this. Messages of transformation. We have the Knave of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. And then we have the Strength. Yeah. For sure. This is going to connect because so the Knave of Swords is like taking the initiative, right? Which connects with dedication. Like I feel like you made a commitment to yourself to dedicate whatever resources as far as energy wise or actions that were required of you in order to open the door, right? There's a saying, what is it? Old keys never unlock new doors. So the need to find some new keys, right? Instead of doing the same old song and dance, there was changes that you actively made here when it came to this transformation. And then with the Six of Swords, like I said, the moving away from difficulties, challenges, fears, worries, the moving away of that, the doubts more than anything is what I'm getting from this. Moving away from the energy of doubt that you weren't able to make progress on this, or that you would never see progress on this. As far as like that sense of protection and building reinforcements around your life, being able to like really feel grounded in that and create a secure little bubble is sort of what I'm getting for yourself. But having pushed that away and really like secured something pretty stable for yourself. As far as feeling safe is what I'm getting. And all of this energy, like I said, and the main message that I had gotten in the beginning was about the way that you perceive yourself. I feel like all of these steps in you reflecting and taking a look back has changed the perception that you have of yourself from being so doubtful and unsure, that you had the capacity to create this sort of change for yourself and being able to see the difference within you, right? But not only that, other people, like I said, those in your external life, being able to see the changes within you as well. And in some aspects, having to have, like they experienced a change with you in how you interact with them. And so, like I said, but understanding, like I feel like these people understand that these changes are for yourself, or for a sense of protection that you felt that you needed to. And now when it comes to the passion and the strength, that's that fire that I say that remains lit. That fire within you that remains lit because you are a strong one, pile number 1. And I'm seeing like that sort of, what is it? Well, I saw Lady Liberty hold her torch, but then I also saw like from the, is it the Olympics? Like the torch that gets passed around. It's something about a torch that never goes off. Whatever that is. Isn't that like from like way back? I'm getting like Roman architecture. So I don't know how that applies. But regardless, some torch that never goes out. And I feel like that's you, representative of you. A torch that never goes out, even though sometimes it can be very, very faint. That torch never went out within you, and I feel like it's like the driving force behind. There's a strong one, a strong, very fiery, and I feel like all that dimming down of the doubt and the fears created it to be very weak and vulnerable at times, but I feel that expanding. Like that strength, like I said, that's what's transforming, is that those parts of you that wanted to shine through but were being broken down. And so therefore you needed to create a safe space so that you can build it up instead of continuously having the outside world break it down. And so now that flame has like a steady place that's protected for it to really grow, is what I'm getting. That's what's transforming. Like the fire within you is growing. And you can include that however it represents for you in your life, okay? But yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 1. This is beautiful energy. I'm very proud of you. I'm very honored to be reading for you because I know that none of this has been easy. There's a lot of strength that is necessary for a person to be completely self-motivated, self-dedicated, self-driven, to create powerful changes for themselves like you have, okay? So let's get you some animal cards to close you off. Messages for pile number 1. Card 36, Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. A lot of flow that's moving its way, and I feel like that's indicative of the strength that you have within you as well. There's always strength within you to get through. All right, we have 2. We have card 13 with Cat Spirit, Claim Your Independence. Like I said, there's a lot of like independent energy here, being like self-motivated, self-driven, like all of these transformations. You have yourself to thank for that, okay? And then in card 54, skunk spirit, know your worth. Absolutely. That's part of this transformation, is moving to a place where you have changed that perception, that you shed old perceptions of yourself, right? Of the unworthiness of being able to, like I said, expand and just reveal yourself in a way that has always felt true to yourself, but I feel like it's changing. Like there's so much changes in how you're doing that and how you're seeing yourself and then expressing yourself. But yeah, that's what I got for you, pal number one. If these messages resonated, please do me the favor of liking the video and giving me a comment if you don't mind, just to let me know, you know, that you were here. And so we vibe again. Hi, pile number two. Thank you for joining me for this reading. If you chose the card 24 with the message Let It Go, as well as the citrine, then you're at the right place. So, main thing that I feel, it feels like transformation in the essence of transition. I feel like the energy that is heavily shrouding you is a place of transition. Okay, so I'm going to go with that because it's what I feel guided to do. And let me tell you that the energy it feels, it's giving me a mixture of feelings. So there's like this nostalgic aspect to it, but then there's this like mourning, grieving to it as well. And so I'm not sure necessarily where is this going, but it's sort of giving me like an after storm glow of being in the process of embracing some sort of, it could be beginning. I was going to say beauty, but then the word beginning came, so embracing some beginning. But then like mourning what was. Okay, so it feels like very like romantic, but at the same time it doesn't have to be. It just like is giving the vibe, right? Poetic is the word that I meant to say. Poetic is the word. It feels very poetic. So we have the energy of guardian. We have incubation. And then we have masculine. It's like the tune of something that called you. This is an interesting read because it's giving me like, it's literally giving me the energy of transformation. Because with the incubation here, it's giving me like caterpillar. But it's so painful. Yeah, well, no shit, right? This transformation of painful, like transforming what used to be, which is literally a death. It's a death and rebirth, which is why like there's this sense of like beginning that's calling for this transformation. There's a beginning that you want that feels nostalgic and it's calling you. Like I can hear the music and it's very inviting. And just like, oh, you just know you want to dance in that music. But there's an aspect of needing to shed something in order for that. But it doesn't feel like there's an understanding of that in whatever pain you're experiencing. I don't feel like you have the understanding of just what's happening, like just how powerful this death that you're experiencing. And what the purpose of it. It's to go towards the music. And it's very protected. because at first, like the Let It Go was giving me like an aspect that had been overgrown, like something that you've outgrown, right? That needs to be, because I was seeing like a tall metal fence and having all the vine completely like covering it so you can't see into the garden, and then like pulling down all the vine to clear the way. In the aspect of let it go, right? Letting go of all the overgrown vine and attachment, because that's what vines are, right? They're so sticky. But now I'm really getting like this incubation of like, it needs to stay just a little bit longer because it's protecting something that's happening within. But it's painful and overbearing to have to stay in this incubation period. Okay? All right. Stay with me. I went off on this reading. This reading was like so different than what, yeah, it was not what I was expecting when I decided to go with the theme of transformation. But it's very, very indicative to the energy of transformation in its like most literal form. Okay, so messages for pile number 2 in regards to guardian. Clarify the energy of guardian. We had a flipper. The 6 of Swords, which came out in pile 1. All right, incubation. Death. Stop it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, tarot cards. Because there's so many times when I doubt myself, like in what I do and when I read, and I hate when I get into those vibes where I'm just like, what are you even doing? Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, I just feel like so worthless, and then when things like this happen, it's just like, no. There's a reason why you pick up on these energies. Like, there's a reason for it. It's not stupid. Yeah, there's a death that you are experiencing, and it's so fucking excruciating. And it's very sad, but it's just like there's a call, like there's a purpose why you need to transform, because there's a call that you're being called to, and the music is calling you, and it's just like you can't experience it from caterpillar form. Wheel of Fortune. There's something, there's something shifting. There's the music that's calling you. The Wheel of Fortune is the hands of fate. Something fated to change in your life. And again, I don't think that there's an understanding, because this is such like higher perspective. So when you experience it, there's no fucking way that you can know that all the pain that you're fucking feeling in the incubation form, you're literally experiencing a death. And it hurts my heart so much. Like, my heart feels so raw right now. It's so hard to let go of whatever it is that you're being asked to let go of, and it's like almost like it's being pulled from you. I just experienced a vine. Sorry, that was so weird. Like, I got the vision of like, because I have like vines outside my window and they grow like crazy, and that's why I say like they're so sticky, because it's just like, it's such a smart fucking plant, and it like has these like stickers that it like creates every so often, and these like things just like grip on and allow it to continue growing, and then this like next sticker is created from the plant and just like hooks on to wherever it fucking decides that it wants to go. And so sometimes it like gets to the point where it's like so covering my window and everything like that, and I have to go out there and pull some of the vines out. And I just experienced like seeing myself pulling the vines, but then experienced being the vine and being pulled. Ugh, it was so brutal. Like, I don't know if I could ever pull a vine again after experiencing that. Ugh. Sorry. But yes, There's things being pulled out of your life. I'm getting the traditional symbol of the Six of Swords where there's a boat. And then I'm seeing this one specific deck where the boat's being guided and the person on the boat is blindfolded and just trusting the guide to take them on the boat, taking them away from what they've known and off into the unknown. They're literally blindfolded. That's what I'm getting with the guardians. Your guardians being there, like you're not alone. There's this aspect of you that feels like you're traveling off into the abyss on this boat on your own, leaving everything behind, but you're very heavily with your tribe, with your people, with your guides, with your ancestors, with your angels, whatever it is, you know, that you connect with. Absolutely. Oh, this reading's heavy. The purpose, it's for a bigger purpose, okay? All of this pain and transformation. Now, what guidance messages can we get specifically in regards to this energy of transition? Remember, transition was the original word that I was getting because it is a transition. You're in the midst of one. So the Seven of Cups, yeah, feeling very unsure, the possibilities are endless, right? Like it's sort of where you see it. I feel like you're in a, like there's a clear enough slate, which can feel scary because there's wanting to like narrow more down to knowing what's going to come of this transformation. Like, am I going to be a butterfly? Am I going to transform into, what am I going to be? It's sort of like, that's what it is. Like the acknowledgement that you're transforming and transitioning, but not knowing what the end of the transition will be. So what can we know about that? We have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the World. With the Queen of Wands, underneath all of this energy, it's giving me very much like unicorn, fairy, butterfly. Just kidding. It's just very vibrant, very beautiful, very shining, very shiny, and fluffy and fresh, refreshed is what I'm getting, okay? So you're transitioning into, although you can't feel it yet, I don't think, it's gonna be like a very refined, refreshed version of yourself. And I don't know what that means, okay? So just take it however it resonates. The World. I want to get one more on the World. Obviously, the World being at the end of the major arcana, so the closing off of one whole journey, and again, that connects with that death energies. Okay, well, we have a lot that came out. We have the King of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Emperor. So again, with the closing off of a heavy something, a heavy chapter, even closing off the entire book and just starting off with a whole new book. Now, I really need to mention the fact that there's strong masculine energy coming out because we have the King of Swords, we have the masculine, and then we have the Emperor. So whether this applied to your internal masculine energy or an external masculine energy, I feel like that's part of the call for this like really heavy duty reconstruction of everything, because it feels like a heavy reconstruction. What's the word when there's a word when they do something to a building? It's not reconstruction, it is, oh, I have it, it's literally right there and I can't grasp it. Renovate. Thank you. If somebody was said it or somebody thought it, thank you, because I got it. I received. Renovate. it feels like a heavy duty renovation of every aspect of you, down to the tiniest aspect of you, the tiniest particle, okay? So yes, it is very painful. But it's something that it feels like a higher purpose. It feels like something that's being called for, or has been called for, in order for you to follow what I felt was like a song of something that you want to dance to. And I know that seems like very, like, I don't know, going through all of this to go and dance to a song, but yeah, it could just be like that energy of free flow, right? That comes with answering the call towards something. And in some aspects, it's something that's going to feel very free flow and just right, like purposeful, very aligned with you. A stable alignment of and path forward is sort of what I'm getting, okay? So I know there's a lot of confusion energy that's currently involved, a lot of painful energy, and it's just like wanting to break free, right? But the timing doesn't feel right, but you're almost there, right? That's all I can literally say with the World and the Ten of Swords. There is movement, although you may not be able to see it because it feels like there's an excruciating stuckness in this transition, okay? But remember that when it comes to, look right here, truth transcends illusion, the dragon fight, the dragon fight, when it comes to transformation. There's absolutely movement. There's progress being made, although it painfully doesn't feel like it, okay? That's all I can say, is because I feel like there's this stuckness in your energy that you're wanting to know, like, when. And it's only when the timing is right. That's all I can say. It's just like, how does a caterpillar know when it's time to break free? It just feels ready, right? It feels ripe. And it's just something that you're going to have to wait on, and you're going to feel it, okay? You're going to feel the all of a sudden the stuckness, the covered, the tensity, the stickiness of all the vines. You're going to feel that begin to release. Okay, restriction, any restriction that you've been experiencing, you're going to feel that start to release, and those will be your signs, is what I'm getting, that it's about to be time. All right, sorry. I was just looking at scanning all the cards, and more messages are coming through, but I think I got them all. All right, let's get guidance now for pile 2. One more. One more card, please. I want to take this one. We have card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song with the music. Remember this, it's going to be blissful, it's going to be good, but I don't know what it is for you. Card number 68, Wombat Spirit, be at home. That is that little space that you're in, right? And remember I said something about nostalgia. Oh, stop. Look, we have card 26 with Embrace the In-Between. The transition energy of the flamingo spirit. The in-between is literally where you're at right here. It's very heavily incubated energy, but this was giving me all of that, like very, like painful, grieving. I feel it. I feel it. It's heavy. I feel you, okay? Understand that this is a transition, and like no other, like it has begun. It's like giving birth. I'm having a flashback to when I was giving birth, and I was not able to get a for medical reasons, I was not able to get a, what are they called for the pain, epidural. So like well into my labor, I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this. Like, no, never mind, somebody call the doctor, we're canceling this birth. I can't get through any more of this. So somebody come and make it stop. Like, no, this is well into progress. There is no making it stop. You just have to bear what it is for the time being, but with the understanding that it is eventually going to finish, right? It is the cycles will eventually get the baby born. And at that moment, it was like instant relief. All of the excruciating crying for hours and painful screaming. After 15 long hours, it was just done. It was over. And I was like, okay, moving on. Like, I just forgot about all of the pain and everything instantly because it was just over, and I could just now experience my baby and what the newness of whatever, you know? And I feel like that's something to keep in mind, okay? Is that you are in the in-between, and although it feels very painful and you'd like to just have that pain be over, understanding that it's already in cycle, everything's already in motion, and that at some point it's inevitable that it will be over, okay? With that Wheel of Fortune, there is motion there. I'm getting you through it, all right? But that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I really hope I was able to give you any messages that resonated, and hopefully a little sense of ease in regards to this pain that you are currently experiencing. I'm getting cycles of pain. Yeah, it does feel like birth. You're getting like the contractions and then the build up, and then a very painful, and then it's like releasing. It literally is like birth. Remind yourself that it's pain moving through your body, okay? Anytime you're experiencing heavy bouts of that, right? It's pain moving through your body, and allow it to be released. And embracing for the next wave until it's just over, okay? All right, Les, don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course you're subscribed. But don't forget to comment if you feel comfortable doing so, just to let me know that you got my message and that you were here today. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose the card number 4 with the message Great and Full, as well as the Smoky Quartz, then you're at the right place. So as far as the main thing that I'm getting is there's this like, I'm gonna say awakening, but take that, even if it's not like the right fitting word, it just feels like the beginning of opening something up within yourself. And that's really what's transforming is, and I'm getting the heart, okay? So we'll see if that connects with anything, but I'm just getting like this heart opening. I'm seeing like the green and then like the light moving. So let's go ahead and see what other messages. As far as what is it that is the energy of transformation for pile number 3. What is transforming for pile number 3? This one wanted to come out. We have the card of protection. Stop. The card of awakening. I love that. Okay, so I was right to say the word awakening. What else? Oh, we have 2. We have intention, and then we have spring. So spring again is giving me that like something sprouting, something blooming, and then we have intention. It's aimed, an aimed awakening. I feel like something's a stirring. I feel like there's this like sudden, I'm not going to say realization, but there's this sudden active energy wanting to move towards something. And that's what I get this awakening is. It's like this, I'm going to say epiphany, like having an epiphany that is creating a transformation within you. With the protection here, I'm sort of getting like it's something that you are creating actively, is what I'm getting. Actively creating a plan towards. So protection is just sort of giving me like really it may actually be like creating plans without letting anybody know. This is sort of giving me like that's what's being protected, is the intention that you've had an epiphany on. That is some sort of, it's going to transform things for you, but it feels like in a very fulfilling way, okay? Like there's intention on your end to experience this fulfillment of this sudden epiphany that you've had. So let's get some clarity cards on this. All right, the card of protection, can I have clarity for? We have Temperance. Yeah, it's giving me very strongly protecting something that's not been expressed yet or something like that. Two of Pentacles with the Awakening. We have the King of Wands for the spring. Some sadness that wanted to pop out. I'm not going to take it because I feel like it'll come out if it needs to. Again. It's the waiting on something. Okay, but anyways. There's a message wanting to come through, something about waiting for the spring. Like there's this anticipation towards, but then there's like this inner workings of things that are moving quickly. At least energetically. Intention, clarify intention. We have the Four of Cups. Give me one more. Why is the Four of Cups here? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some sort of like really real dissatisfaction with the need to wait. But there's the need to wait. There's indication here of the need to wait with, like I said, something about the protection, like some things that needed to be handled or planned out or thought of, tended to, in regards to what's to come in the spring, okay? Now, Temperance again gives like something that needs to take its time, that needs to be nurtured. And then it also gives me this sense of, I don't know why I keep getting like keeping something quiet, keeping something to yourself. There's something that you may feel the need to keep something quiet in order to protect it. It may be something that's like vulnerable and that needs to be kept protected. Maybe that's the message, that's something that you need to keep protected. Because it's still like in the beginning stages. With the Two of Pentacles here, yeah, it's like something that's sort of like on pause, but in planning mode. And it's like, there's a part of you that just wants to like jump ahead to the spring. Okay. What specifically about transformation? I know that something's transforming for you. I know that it's about experiencing something bloom. But they need to be patient with it because there's some planning out and things that need to be handled, nurtured, tended to in the meantime. Now, let's go over to this energy because this is the energy that's kind of throwing me off. What do we need to know about transformation in regards to this energy? We have the Knave of Swords. We have the Star. Something about you're not supposed to see. And the only reason I say that is because it feels like the bird is like shutting the door. Like, again, there's this aspect of like it's not the timing. Something very specific with the timing of this. And then we have the Tower. We have the Two of Pentacles indicated on here too. And now it's giving me like the thingies from my grandfather clock. But I'm getting the message about the stars needing to be aligned. But it can be sudden, because the Tower energy is very suddenly approaching. That's what I heard. You're in the, there, I don't know if this is you now, or if this is outside energy around you, of things needing to be tended to, but it could be both, right? Things that are being planned out within or without you in external situations in regards to this spring that you want to experience. But what did I say something about here? Like it's quickly approaching. There's a sudden change that's quickly approaching for you. What messages does pile number 3? This sort of almost doesn't feel like transformation. No, it is. The energy is transforming. Like the spring, the seeds, the something is blooming, and I feel like there's this like heavy anticipation, but also like I'm getting the message of like the needing to be prepared, because there's a sudden shift in things that's approaching. Okay, so what specific guidance messages in regards to this does pile number 3 need to know? Specific advice or guidance for pile number 3. I want to get 2 more cards. 1 more, please. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Wands. Yeah, this is going to confirm. Because the 8 of Wands is like this sudden like movement, sudden something that's just like fast. It's fast moving energy. And then this is going to also connect with what I should have said, what I was seeing. Because remember when I said something about something quickly approaching, I was getting like sort of like being on a boat and like, or like a floaty of some sort, like on a river that's just like slowly moving, and it be like the same surroundings and being on the same route that appears to look exactly the same all around. So like there's this level of like boredom and feeling like, oh, I've been seeing the same surroundings floating down this river and everything's just the same, like nothing's changing. But being unaware that that slow moving raft or whatever you're on, covered, surrounded by the same surroundings, like although you don't see it, like there's a turn approaching up ahead that you're asked to be prepared for, because then things are going to speed up. It's like you're all of a sudden going to go down a route in which things will speed up for you, but it's going to take you towards what your intention is, the spring, right? Whatever fulfillment it is that you're wanting to experience, that spring energy of actually seeing the flowers bloom, that's approaching. So a need for preparedness and protection, protecting, I guess, like your actions and intentions. I don't know why I keep getting that, but there's just a need to like keep this specific, whatever's coming to your mind. When I first mentioned the energy of something that was fulfilling to you, that you want to experience, something about needing to keep that to yourself for the time being. And I don't understand, there may be aspects surrounding you that would be, I was going to say that could be like a sense of not danger, but like that could be, that could interrupt something of this. Okay. Yeah. And we have the 4 of Wands, which is that energy of like celebration, right? Of reaching some sort of something worth celebrating. I never got any strong indication as to what this is for you. But but it just feels like something that you've been wanting to experience for a while, and there's like a strong intention towards wanting to experience it, but like I said, a sense of boredom because it's been like just a thought. It's been just a thought. It's been just a plan. It's been just like a fantasy in your imagination, and some shift is right around the corner. So they need to understand that it's something, it's in timing. It's timed in a way that it's supposed to be aligned, but I don't know what that means for you, but just take it however it resonates. So we have card 64, Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Okay. And we have a bee also. Card number 7, Sweet Results Await. So that's interesting that we got both a wasp and a bee, but take that however it resonates when it comes to the life stinging. Only you are going to know if you're currently experiencing something that I heard taught you a lesson. I don't know what that means, but like I said, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you. Card number 53, Seahorse Spirit, Watch and Wait. Yeah, watch and wait. Something's happening. You're about to move into faster waters, and something about timing, okay? The grandfather clock is ticking, and something's about to change in your favor is what I'm getting, all right? But that's what I got for you. Pile number 3. I know this wasn't like strongly like the other 2 piles attached to the energy of transformation, but it is, as far as like this one's very 3D, like in the physical. There's a transformation in your physical life that is going to bring fulfillment for you, okay? But that's what I got for you, loves. If the messages resonated, please do me the favor of liking the video, of course, but also commenting to let me know that they resonated, as well as just to let me know that you were here. Until we vibe again.